Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Alexander Grace. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
So one of my guy friends gave me permission to make a Hinge account for him because I was telling him how easy dating is with dating apps. And he was telling me that it's incredibly difficult. And I was like, Pete, you must be doing something wrong. And he gave me permission to create an account for him and just run the account. I've been a virtual boy for 3 days, and I've never felt this bad about myself. I feel like a freaking loser trying to get these girls to like me, and I'm starting to hate women because I'm like, when I say I mean Pete, because that's the account I'm using. Pete's about a 6, but I'm so desperate. I'm liking the 2s and the 3s, and even they won't like me back.
Yep.
Pete, which is a 6.
Sad.
So what level of delusion has entered women's heads? Like, what is going on? It is so difficult dating as a boy. I hate it. I'm on day 3 of being a boy, and I hate women, and I'm more depressed than ever.
Yeah, women always say that men have it easy, but the moment they have to walk a mile in a man's shoes, it breaks
last.
them. But of course, she starts off thinking that dating apps are easy because she's a woman. 75% of Tinder users are men. And that ratio makes it very easy for women. Women on average get 1 match for every 2 likes. You want to know what it is for men? Men get on average 1 match out of 40 likes. Women are swimming in an abundance of options, and it's dangerous because when women feel like they have unlimited options and endless supply of men, they stop feeling the need to be kind or respectful. That woman at the start says that being a boy on dating apps has made her hate women, and I'm not surprised. When women have that many options, they get cocky. They start throwing their weight around, and there's no longer the need to treat men with any kind of dignity, treat them like they're human beings.
I love when these men think I'm being for real on Hinge. Babe, I'm not here to conversate. This is for my validation only. I don't care that you have a dog. I don't care that you traveled out of the country last summer. Like, we're on a time crunch, babe. Swipe right.
See, this is why in the manosphere and red pill, we don't ever really suggest dating apps. Unless you're a decent looking guy, you're not going to get matches. I am fortunate. I guess I'm a decent looking guy. I did get matches on Hinge and stuff decently frequently. But even the matches, say I got 10 matches, maybe 1 woman will reply to me. It's still a numbers game.
Right, tell me I'm pretty and keep it moving.
These women are reducing men to props to boost their own ego. Oh, you like me? You wanted to connect with me? You're looking for love, a life partner? That's so funny because the only use that I have for you is to be complimented by you. And after you've done that, you no longer serve any
Damn, the way Alexander did that and said it that way, it's like, ooh.
purpose. You're to be discarded. Do you remember this graph from my video a few years back? The top reasons why women go on dating apps are because they are bored and because they want to feel good. Those are above wanting a relationship or even wanting sex. We used to think of dating as an audition process. You go on dates, you get to know somebody to see if they'd be a good partner for a long-term commitment. But that is essentially gone now.
If you look at dating as less of like an endeavor to find someone to be with for the rest of your life and more like a game that you do to keep your friends occupied and entertained with all your little stories and bullshit, it's fun.
This attitude is directly responsible for why so many women are...
I agree. This is why they come on TikTok to tell their stories of the dates they went on, how shitty the men are, and all of these things. And women just eat it up. It gives them extra... For one, they're getting attention from men, the main attention. And then because they get to make fun and make videos about these men, now they get the great attention from other women that think that they're good.
Unpleasant to interact with these days. Call me old-fashioned, but I am nostalgic for the days when women used to be feminine. I look at those countries where the women are still traditional. They're kind, they're respectful, they're nice to the men in their country. And I feel so much envy. Wouldn't it just be so pleasant to have an entire society of women like that? Here in the West, whenever I see a woman bragging about how many men she's slept with or getting sloppy drunk and just yelling and being obnoxious, it makes me so sad. I think, What happened to women being ladylike? When women embody femininity, they can be so beautiful. Why aren't they doing that anymore? Why are they acting like this? The reason for women's deterioration in quality that nobody talks about is because modern women these days are no longer focused on men. Think about it. If a woman enters into the dating market with a clear purpose in mind, I want to find a man, I want to settle down with him, I want to have a marriage, I want to have a family. If she has that purpose, if she has that clarity in what is her motivation, it's going to strongly influence her behavior, her temperament. When she's dating, she's going to be conscious of the need to show off the characteristics that make her attractive to men. She will choose to highlight her grace, her kindness, her femininity, because she knows that's what men are looking for in a wife and mother. By focusing on men, wanting to attract men, wanting to please men, it brings the best out of a woman. It allows her femininity to blossom. But when women stop focusing on men and on what men want, they lose touch with their own femininity and they end up like this.
Men are luxury items to women at this point. Women don't give two chocolate-covered shits what men want. It doesn't matter to us anymore. This is the part you're not understanding. See, for hundreds of years, the patriarchy dictated that women must get married to a man in order to be able to function in society. But that's not the case anymore. Women don't have to get married to a man to live any kind of fulfilled life they want. Women can meet their own basic needs. In the immortal words of Miss Miley Cyrus, I can buy my own flowers. So the only reason for me to
But yes, but do you want to? Why would you want to?
be in a relationship with a man is if he's bringing something to the table, if he's enriching my life in some way. I don't have to get married to function. Women can choose now, and more and more and more, women are choosing not to get married or be in relationships.
I don't really think women are choosing this. It's because they fucked up so many choices in their life. They have no option now. They have no one. They have no man that would ever even give them the time of day, and the men that they, at least the men that they want, right?
With men, and that's when y'all are losing your minds. You should be spending more time improving yourself instead of bullying women on the internet. And this whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us.
No, you don't.
Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude? That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap.
What an awful, unpleasant woman. Notice how shrill her voice is, how she swears. Her entire tone is aggressive.
Yep.
Zero femininity. And what I'm saying is that it's not a coincidence, her being like that and the fact that she's not looking for a man. If attracting a man was her goal, then she would act with a lot more femininity. Everyone in the culture right now is moving further and further away from our true natures. Look here at the older generations of men. Look how strongly they identify with masculinity. And then look at how much more feminine the young men are. And the same in reverse. Look at the older generation of women. They're so much more feminine than the younger women. So how are we going to cure this modern generation of masculine women? I honestly wonder what would happen if you took one of these boss babe women, you know, really strong, masculine, independent, and for 10 minutes a day, you just sat her across from a genuinely masculine man. He doesn't speak, he just looks at her. He's muscly, he's got a beard, he's confident. He's not aggressive, he's kind, but in a masculine way. He just looks into her eyes. I wonder how long it would take before her masculinity just crumbled and she became like a feminine puddle of tears.
What he just said right there is probably exactly what I do at the cafes and when I'm going about. I literally stare dead into women's eyes with such a straight, like, resting bitch face. And I don't break face. I don't break anything. Even my friends see it. And women will even like try to flirt with me and they're like all these things. And I just dead stare at them. And my friends just don't understand how I can keep a dead stare face. And just, even though they're doing goofy things or trying to get me to laugh and doing nice things, I just stare because I don't care. I am so over it. I want you to realize you are nothing. You think you're masculine, you think you're pulling attention or whatever it is. You're getting nothing. All you get is this dead stare because you are nothing. That's how I feel about it. And the way Alex is explaining it, it's funny to me because that's exactly what I do. I don't do it consciously. It's just what I do when women are around and when they stare at me. When they stare at me, I just straight stare at them back. As they're walking by, I will follow them the whole way, staring directly at their eyes. And sooner or later, every single woman that I've ever done this with will put their head down or be like, afterwards. They expect me to change or like, oh, like, or be embarrassed or, if they caught me staring. No, I just stare them down.
Like a butterfly breaking out of a cocoon, her true nature emerges as she no longer needs that hard protective shell. What I'm saying is that my theory is that exposure to masculinity in men will create femininity in women. I don't think it's a coincidence that the generation that has the most masculine women also has the most feminine men. And even if a woman hasn't found a masculine man yet, just desiring one will be enough to affect change. A woman who is actively looking for a strong, capable man to be in a relationship with is going to be a lot more feminine. In my private consultations with men, I'm constantly asked the question, where are all the good women? And the answer sucks to say because I think it's going to be very disappointing, but the truth is they're already in relationships. They're not in the dating market. They're already married. Good women exist, but they've already been snapped up. Why would they last on the dating market? I found this video that I thought was so sweet. It was a man sort of semi-playing a prank on his wife by showing her something that he knows she doesn't really care about, just to capture how sweet and supportive her reaction is.
Ready?
Oh, the floor?
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yes. Did you do this?
Yeah, I did that.
Today?
I mean, it's taken me a few days to get everything done, but...
Amazing.
Yeah, you like?
Oh, wait, it's under that thing.
I need me one of these.
That's new?
Yep, that's new.
Nice. Can I
God.
get on it? Nice.
Yeah, girly, go ahead. What do you think?
I like it. It feels a lot
Perfect.
cleaner in here.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Does she really care about the interior detailing of the car? No, but she cares about her man, cares about her husband. This is what a sweet, supportive woman looks like. There are lots of good women out there, but they're somebody else's wife. Good women don't last long in the dating market, and why would they? If you met a kind, feminine, supportive woman who you knew was going to be an amazing wife and mother, would you let her go or would you lock that shit down? You'd think, holy crap, I found one of the good ones. Quick, let's get married. You're not going to want to let her go, which is why it's so easy to get depressed as a single guy in the dating market because you're looking at the available women, you're thinking, such poor choices to choose from. Yeah, dude, the good ones are taken. So if you meet a high quality woman, don't fuck it up. But there's more to it as well, because being in a relationship like a marriage or a long-term commitment with a masculine man is going to create more and more of those positive qualities. The longer the relationship goes on, ideally she should be becoming more and more feminine. Back when she was single, she had to be masculine. She had to look out for herself and be independent. She had to work and grind and deal with all the problems of life. But now that she's married, it's not just her anymore. She's part of a team. And so who's going to handle all the masculine problems that arise in the relationship and in life? It's going to naturally fall to the man. He's the masculine one. Finally, she can explore her own femininity and handle all the feminine tasks of life. So this is what we need to cure the poison that has infected our society, is collectively, we need women to desire men again, to have securing a man as one of their goals. If they do that, then watch, their natural femininity will arise. Because
This totally makes sense. I never even thought about the desire of men being a problem in the dating market. Yeah, they don't want men. They don't want to deal with men. They don't want to date men because they feel they don't need men. Why would they be any type of good woman to men? fucking totally makes sense.
If women do not have a man and masculinity as their North Star guiding them, then the whole thing becomes completely toxic and women are extremely confused. But of course, that's just half the problem, because how do we get men to start being more masculine again? Do they need to stare at a feminine woman for 10 minutes a day? No, that's not going to work. Masculinity is different. It requires a different strategy. If you think that the same thing is going to work in reverse, then you still don't understand how fundamentally different masculinity and femininity are.
Masculinity is somewhat learned. Because even me, people call me, I'm not that masculine. I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure I'm like a little bit feminine or like not as masculine in certain areas of my life, but I try to be, and I try to lead properly. I try to make it so that when I'm with my girlfriend, she gets to become a kid. She doesn't have to think about anything. She knows I will move her to the side when things get a little rowdy. She'll know that I will take care of the bills. I will take care of anything that happens around us. If something was to come at us, I would step in immediately. She cold-heartedly feels that way about what I can do for her. But am I a fully masculine guy? Probably not. I get facials. I do my eyebrows. You know, I get manicures and pedicures once a month. I still do somewhat what people would call feminine things. But I don't really think doing some of those things really makes you feminine. It's the leadership quality and the things that move you in a sense, like emotions and stoicism. Just because I like to get my feet washed and massaged doesn't make me less stoic, less manly in a sense. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.